What's going on? It is late. It's about 3:45 on Saturday, and I have not been out to camp in a few weeks, which it's driving me a little crazy. So I just grabbed my gear. I got some different stuff with me today, and I'm out here at Penn Show just because it's close. And I'm on the South Loop. I'm gonna hike until it starts getting dark, I guess, or until I get somewhere that I really like, and then I'm gonna set up and then figure out how far. I'm planning on doing the entire southern loop, but we'll see. I guess it depends on how much I want to do. My pack is a little heavier than usual because of what I brought, so. Maybe. I'm surprised that tree's been down for a long time, and they've made no efforts to clear that. Oof. As you can probably tell, it is September, and trees are starting to change. It's gonna be interesting to see what the colors are like this year. It was pretty wet towards the end of the year, but it's staying pretty warm. It's gonna be cold tonight. It's gonna be like in the 40s, I think. So that's good. Be interesting to see these colors start to pop in a couple of weeks. It'll do nice. I like a nice color from fall. Up on top of Stone Tower or Stone Lookout, depending which way you're coming from, the lookout is that way. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a couple of diversions here from the Pinchot Trail. I've already completed it. I don't need to follow the blazes. I might make my own adventure. The trail goes to my left here, goes over to Lookout, then cuts down through a hill back out to a forest road. Well, the forest road comes up right here. So, because that's a little rocky, all over to that wooded part and down the wooded part is a little rocky. In interest of saving some time in my dwindling daylight hours, I still have about 3 hours daylight. I'm gonna take the road, and I think I'm gonna take the road all the way back down to the Show Creek Nature Trail. So down there where they got the road closed, where I've been parking the past few trips. I'm gonna go down to there and then cut across to the Show Creek Nature Trail, take that down Butler Run. And it's a little bit of a shortcut. And the reason why I'm gonna do that is because where the Pinchot Trail goes, to my left, it goes out. I'll join up with it here in a minute. We'll follow it, and it's gonna go down the Sunday Trail. And it's gonna go out like Birch Still and come around over towards Keller Swamp. That is the only campsite on the Pinchot Trail until you get over to Butler Run. So in order to save some time and get down to a spot that's a little more secluded, I'm gonna cut that area out, which is all well and good. I don't know, this might actually be longer the way I'm going, but I can move faster because it's just gravel. This is my last trip officially of the summer. Labor Day is the unofficial end of summer, but September 21st is actually the first official day of fall for the calendar, and the way the earth moves and the sun and the poles and all that fun stuff. It's the actual first day of fall. So it's Saturday, so this coming Thursday. Wednesday will be the last day of summer. So unless something crazy happens, this will be my my last little backpacking trip here this summer. Did I pass? No. Okay, so I would have come out. Nope. Okay, that doesn't go anywhere. Okay, keep going this way. Yeah, this is a little bit longer than I was expecting. Oops. I thought it was a little more direct route. Oh well. Huber. No? Well, that was weird. That must have been a very deep, creaky tree. I thought someone was running down the trail behind me. No one running down the trail behind me. I don't know if the GoPro picked that up. I was recording from here, but I don't know if it's picking up. You might just really hear the backpack because something there's rubbing, so it's kind of making a sound. But I swear to God, somebody was either trail running or just like, just running down the trail and trying to slow down. I heard what sound was like trying to slow down, come down a hill. The only thing I think, it was one of those trees that was kind of swaying, and it really low in the ground. Maybe it was moving back and forth and creaking at the roots. And that's why it sounded like it was on the ground. I don't know. Thought maybe a bear. I don't know. There's nothing moved. Nothing moved. Had to be that tree. Had to be a tree. Because nobody answered. Haven't seen anybody come around the corner. So it is now just about 5 o'clock, and I want to make it. I know what campsite I want to try to make it to. It doesn't mean there won't be somebody there, but I know what campsite I want to make it to. There's a couple more in that area that I haven't stayed at that maybe I'll check out too. I don't know, I've got ideas. So sunsets at 7:10. I just looked it up. 7:10 sunsets. It's 5 o'clock now. Normally, I can average about 2.5 miles per hour. On this though, I'm probably moving 3.5 to 4 miles an hour. So I got this for a little ways yet too. If it looks like the road is open, or maybe that ranger's down there, I'll ask if the road is passable yet. Because if it is, I can save even more time if I go straight down that road and do a little road hike. Not my favorite thing, but I don't want to set up too late. There are options though, so we'll see. I'll keep cruising on this. It's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the sky. Look at how clear that sky is. That is awesome. So, as I'm thinking about spots to camp, I do have some different opportunities with what I brought. And so this is where I would have turned off right here. The Pincho Trail turns on the Sunday Trail here and goes through the Spruce Swamp natural area. It's gorgeous, but swampy. Swampy is slow, like I said, and daylight hours are a factor. So yeah, I got a few different options. No hammock on this trip. I brought my tent, and I brought my tent that I've never actually backpacked with. It's not my trekking pole tent. You've seen it before. It's my Eureka tent. I just hope I remember to bring everything. I just grabbed it real quick, stuffed it in the stuff sack, stuffed it in the backpack, and I think I grabbed all the parts. Guess we'll find out. I do have my headlamp, so if I need to bail out, I can. But yeah, it's really nice. I mean, I could set up somewhere like I'm passing right now if I really wanted to. Like there is, or at least there used to be. Oh, yeah, back in the weeds, there is a little fire pit there. That something like that is a possibility too. But I think I know where I want to go. How'd you guys like those Adirondacks videos? Those kinds of videos are great for me because I can. We're up there for basically 3 days. We left on the 4th day, and we just hit all kinds of little spots. I got, I think, 5 videos out of that. I got 2 more to put up as of I'm recording this, but I love doing that with those little videos. They're shorter, and some of them aren't actually hiking stuff, but I can take a break. Like, I'm recording this just because I'm out here and I can. I don't really need to, so I can take a break from recording and editing and just take a little bit of a break and just keep putting up those videos when I record a bunch of them at one time like that. So that's what I've been doing, just taking one more thing off my plate while I got all this crazy stuff going on. Okay, well, with the amount of vehicles that are parked here and the amount of stone that's still out here, I'm gonna take the wild guess that yes, that road is still closed. So I won't waste time trying to get across where they had that culvert open last time. I might be able to cross it now. I don't want to I don't want to walk all the way down there again, not be able to get past it. Now I know I could have come down here and parked and had a much shorter hike, but what fun would that be? I could go that way, go down to the road and head over to where they're working on the culvert. But I don't know that I can get across that, and I really don't want to turn around. If I take the Choke Creek Nature Trail, I know I can get through there. I've come through here at times when that water, nowhere to lie, is up to here. Those are the days I turn back. It's usually in the winter, and it's usually when I don't have waterproof gear with me. All right, next junction. This is the Butler Run Trail, goes to my left. Choke Creek Trail continues down to my right. Now it's only, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile down to Choke Creek from here. Or I go out this way and go past the falls. That's faster, but I'm gonna live dangerously. I got a headlamp. If I don't make it, I mean, it's 5:34 right now. I still have an hour and 40 minutes of daylight, and I'm making really good time. Not even 2 hours in an hour and 45 minutes I've been hiking, and I'm almost 5 miles in. So even on the trails, I'm making pretty good mileage. I know if I go the other way, it's about 2 miles, maybe a little more than 2 miles to where I want to camp. And if I go this way, it might be 3 miles to get that point. But I get to go by the falls. And I'm gonna go past some campsites once I get down here to Butler Run that I could stay at. They will give me a good indication of how busy the trail is. It looked like there was maybe 6 or 7 cars at the main trailhead, and what we're down at that road, 3 or 4, and then there was 1 other car where I parked. Assuming some of those are day hikers, and the fact that this is a 24-mile trail, I think my chances are pretty good finding a campsite. I know the popular spots people like to camp. Over by Painter Creek on the North Loop, there is a couple of those trails over on the just off of Panther Road or Pittston Road. I almost stayed in a couple times. And then there's like 3 campsites right along Choke Creek, and the campsites up here in Butler Run are the really popular spots. And I think out of all those locations, there's more campsites than there were cars out there. So I'm pretty confident that where I want to go will be available, or at least one of the spots I have planned will be available. Unless everybody's like me and they're looking for the non-popular spots to camp. I should be down to Butler Run in, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, maybe a little more than 10 minutes to get down there. Okay, it took more like 15 minutes to get down here. Not too bad though. I did stop a couple times. There was a lot of deer in the woods. I just caught that one in the field. See how gray he was? It seems early. Middle of September for him to be that gray already. Maybe they know something about the winter we don't. They're saying it's gonna be snowy, and I'm okay with that. Icy, not so much. Snowy, yeah, we don't mind. All right, so come up to the Butler Run camp area here, and this will give me a good idea how busy it's gonna be. It is 6 o'clock on the nose. We still got an hour of daylight. Well, an hour for sunset. Yeah, hour and a half of daylight. All right, this officially puts me back on the Pinchot Trail. And now coming down to there, it always goes through my head, is it, which way's faster? Would have gotten here exactly the same time if I would have gone all the way around the trail. The way I went always seems faster in my mind. And then how I actually do it, I'm always like, oh yeah, it's about the same. Is there nobody camping down here? Wow. Now, if that road was open where you could park, I mean, you're only a 3-minute walk from the road from here, this would be packed. There would be people everywhere in here. It almost makes me want to stay here just because there's nobody here, because it's such a nice spot. Six o'clock. I'll push on. Since I got a tent with me, I think I'll go to a spot that I normally wouldn't camp at with a hammock. Yeah, there's nobody down here. That's crazy. Approaching Choke Creek Falls, and I'm definitely smelling campfire. I would have been pretty surprised if nobody was camping at the falls. That's why it's it's usually never on my list of places to camp. There's people camping down there. It's a good spot. Kill Creek Falls. Oh, looks like there's some people across the way. There's a campsite up there. Alright, as nice as that is, this is not my destination. The sun is still up. It's really dark. You get into this thicker forest. Wow. I'm gonna apologize. I'm sure the GoPro is having a hard time stabilizing this. Probably looks pretty crappy. Let me stop for a second. It's dark in here. Should be at my first option for a campsite in about 5 to 10 minutes. I don't think it'll be 15 again. I guess it depends how dark it gets in here. All right, let's see what this campsite looks like. Is it dry? It's dry. I mean, the trail goes right by it, but who cares? Let's see, is there another one down here? I'll go a little further. Oh, here's one of those old signs. The old private prop. Can you see that? Right there. It's a sign from the old hunt club. No, this just peters out. Gorgeous back there. But the ground's getting really wet. And I'm going to be in a tent, so I don't need to be in a bog. Alright, I'll go back up to this spot. It will work for me. All right, so I'm all set up. I do have to watch though. This ground is a little damp, and where I was kneeling, it did seep through a little bit. So this is an old tent. I don't think they make this anymore. Not like this, not this version. I've had this since, 2007, I think, or 2008. This has been on a lot of trips with me. But this is my Eureka Apex XT. I've got my Climate X frame, and I've got my East Hills Outdoors down sleeping bag. I'm gonna collect some firewood, get some water, and then get ready for the night. I got a chair with me too, so get all this stuff set up. So I'm walking through here and I can see reflections, and I get closer to see if it's water. No. All right, well, it's after 8 now, and I didn't wind up having a fire, so there's no point in just sitting out there in the dark. Stars are coming out. It's pretty nice, but there's a lot of mosquitoes, so maybe if it gets a little cooler, I'll go back out. But I'm gonna leave the vestibule open so I can see the sky. I could take the fly off, I don't really need it, but since I am pretty close to the trail, I'll leave it on just for privacy, but the vestibule I'll leave open. I'm gonna look at some pictures and listen to the crickets. I did hear some owls, but of course they stopped as soon as I start recording, as usual. So, all right, I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. It is almost 7:30. I mean, I didn't go to bed immediately last night. I probably fell asleep about 9:30. I was up for a couple hours listening to the owls. They were everywhere. Slept good. Needed that. Temperatures are going up. It was 46 when I first got up. I've been up for maybe 25 minutes or so. And it's already 49, so it's 46, it's up to 49. The sun's up, so it'll warm up quickly. Nice night. I really like this Climate Static V. I really like this Climate Static V, this mat I've been using. Very comfortable. Not the lightest thing. They do make lighter, but comfort. When you sleep on the ground, it's all about comfort. It's very comfortable. I have oatmeal for breakfast, but it dawned on me this morning that I might not have brought my spoon. So it might be trail snacks for breakfast, and if that's the case, I'll probably shorten my hike out a little bit. But we'll see what I have. Don't remember where I put my spoon last time. It might be sitting in the kitchen after being washed. I don't know. Yeah, but the Eureka Apex XT holding up pretty good. I think I gotta get some like Scotch Guard, like waterproofing spray. Because where, look right there, the water bottle and the, stay now. The water bottle and the tripod grip for the phone were laying there, and it's damp. That could also be because it was really humid last night, and maybe it was condensing on No, it's a little damp underneath the pad too. Not bad, but damp. So it is drawing some moisture through. But it is a 15-year-old tent, so doing all right. That's up to 50. Yeah. Better look at camp now that daylight isn't such an issue. And the trail is right there. And there's the blaze. So that's the trail. But for a Pinchot trail system campsite, this is pretty far off the trail. It's one of the few that are really tucked back. I got to listen to that all night. Really nice. When I first kind of scoped this out, it was still early spring and just no leaves on the trees. And I thought it was a little more open than this. But I'm not complaining. It's a really nice campsite. Not real good for hammocks, obviously, but that's why I chose it since I had the tent. I did look at the weather, and it's gonna rain. There was rain scheduled, forecasted, not scheduled, or maybe it's scheduled. Maybe they control it. Who knows? We can see the clouds up there. There was rain forecast for later on this afternoon, like 7 or 8 o'clock. And when I checked this morning, it now says 1 p.m. So it's like going on 8 a.m. right now. And I can get out of here quickly if I have to, but I'd rather not rush out. But I will probably hurry a little bit, because it's only supposed to be right here. I don't think it's supposed to get out of the 60s today. 66, 67, something like that. And that with rain, I don't have any rain gear with me. It won't be fun. It'll be chilly. So let me see what I got for breakfast, if I remember my spork. I'm at the very least gonna make some coffee. I do have some no-cook stuff I can eat too if I have to. So I'll check on that and I'll start getting broken down. I've got my oatmeal and I've got my spoon. I brought my reflective pouch and fuel and something to light it with. How about that? Not bad for spur of the moment. I am using the Toaks windscreen in 3-panel mode. Chris Coney pointed that out, that I could use it in 3-panel mode. I do have the actual pieces for it for 4-panel, but as you can see, the rock I'm cooking on is a little small, so you can kind of turn it into like a little triangle shape and use it that way. So that's what I'm doing right there. Oh yeah, nice hot oatmeal and some coffee is gonna be good. And then I'll get broken down. I never feel fully refreshed when I sleep in the tent. It's all the years I did doing cable. We're just laying on the ground like that. I never get fully comfortable. Doesn't matter how comfortable the mat is. Like that, like so, the Climate sleeping pad is pretty good. But even now, I feel kind of like feel a little beat up. If I was in a hammock, I wouldn't have that problem. But something different. I don't feel bad. I can just feel the difference. Got my coffee made. It took longer than expected. So when you're using that Toaks pot with that little titanium pot stand wind block combo that I have, and you go into 3-panel mode, you've got to make sure you offset the pot so that one of those corners is allowing air through, because it will smother the flame. Even with the slots at the bottom for air, I'm sitting here and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. That's either got to be out of fuel or it's got to be close to boiling. And I picked up the pot and the flame was out. It just smothered it. So offset it. Now I'm good. So it took a couple extra minutes, but it's okay. I don't mind waiting. It's a beautiful morning. The clouds are starting to roll in. The sky's getting a little cloudier, so it won't be sunny for much longer, I don't think. So I'm gonna let my oatmeal, it should be ready to go, and then eat that, pack up, and get on the trail. Look at that behind me. All packed down. Looks good. A little bit, grass is a little bit mashed down where I was, but got all my stuff. Hitting the trail at the crack of 10. It's been a while since I got this late. It starts actually like 10:15, but later than I usually get started. I mean, the sky's looking a little more cloudy. It's not too bad. Still some sun out, but temperature's up to 60. Beautiful morning. And I know what I got. When you're going clockwise on the Pinchot Trail, your worst climb on the south loop is what I did yesterday over at Stone Tower. So this is just flat, and I gradually follow Choke Creek here. Let me turn a little bit so you can get a good view of that. Yeah, Choke Creek right next to me. Gorgeous. Yeah, not a bad spot to start the day. One of the reasons why I wasn't in a big hurry to get moving. This is really nice. All right, I will get warmed up, and we'll see if it's as swampy as it usually is down here. This might be a little slow. We'll see though. It's kind of why I went the way I did. I figure if it's wet here, I don't care because I'm going home. If my feet get wet, and I just go home and dry everything out. I don't think sleep in wet clothes. And curious to see, I haven't seen anybody hike by, so curious to see if I come across any more people who were out last night who are also getting a late start. Beautiful. Uh-oh, someone forgot their socks. That's not good. Back to the Choke Creek Nature Trail. It spurs off right down there. Walked right by it. Now we get into the bigger campsites here. Surprised it didn't look like anybody was here last night. So seeing a few people so far. Yesterday I saw the two groups down at Choke Creek, and then right as I got done setting up, a couple passed heading up towards the falls. And that's all I saw yesterday, and today I saw one group so far heading the opposite direction from Philly. And they were doing, I think they said they were doing 3 days, so they got here early the first night and they're on their last night now, or the last day, heading out today. That's a nice way to do this trail. It's only 24 miles, but when you get here early, or if you get here late on your first day and you just get started and you start right from the trail, you got 2 full days to enjoy it. It's really nice. Good way of doing it. And I told them, they're surprised, like, oh, well, we're up from Philly. We're not really local. I'm like, well, for the Pin Show, Philly is kind of local. I don't think I've ever, when there's people out here and I talk to them, and sometimes in the winter I don't see anybody, but when I talk to people, I usually almost come across one person who's from Philly. A lot of people come up from Philly and they enjoy it, and from what I understand, Philly puts a lot of money into the Pinchot State Forest, so that's always good. We're at like the top of the watershed, I think, so they like to make sure this place stays protected. And I'm okay with that. Thank you, Philly. And there's a plane. Right on time. Here it goes. The plane's from Philly too. So, kind of not cool. It's getting really dark. So I pulled up the weather. It's only 10:30. Pulled up the weather, and there's rain heading this way. It doesn't look like a lot, and maybe it's not reaching the ground, I don't know. But that's way ahead of schedule. Way ahead of schedule. So I guess we'll see. But I can never pass this tree by. I probably show it in every video. But this tree behind me isn't just one tree. If you look up, you can see it's split. It was 2 trees at one point, and over the years it's grown together into one. That's really cool. It's a good tree. Love that tree. So, yeah, there's a good chance I might get wet here. I do not have any rain gear with me because it was not supposed to rain until much later today, and I got a later start, so it's kind of my fault. But if I would have left when I normally do, I'd get back to the car by now. But oh well, is what it is, right? Yeah. Alright, I know what my plan is now. There is rain to my west, 10 to 12 miles out. And the only thing that's really keeping it at bay is the valley. But it's losing, the valley's losing that battle. It's slowly starting to encroach on where I am. Like I said, I've got no rain gear with me, and this is already pretty muddy. So I'm gonna get up here a little ways, and the trail right in front of me here, maybe in the next 5 minutes, is gonna make a hard right. It's at the end of what I call the elephant ear. It's gonna make a hard right, and this is the Pinchot Trail, but it's also the Choke Creek Nature Trail. So when you get about halfway down that straightaway, the Pinchot Trail goes to the left. Originally my plan was to follow that out to that area where I did like the snow squall camp, and like Rocco and I and Dragon and I, my niece and I have done some camps out there. That little section by the one of the headwaters of Choke Creek, or it's like a tributary of Choke Creek up there, goes in that really cool swamp. My plan was originally to hike up to that and then cut over to the road, because it gets real muddy right past that. It's like a muddiest spot on a good section, you know, on a good day when it's dry. So I was gonna bypass that, then go onto the forest road, the main forest road, Tannery Road, and then take that back over to, you can kind of connect that over to McClintock's Gate, which connects to the trail I came in on. It takes you right out to the parking lot. So it avoids the big road hike. Well, not big, it's like a half-mile road hike on the main road. I'm gonna extend this because it's a really cool section. Give you guys a good feel for what I'm about ready to go through here. It's really cool. Yeah, so it does away with that main road hike, and it keeps me on the trail right up to the parking lot. I love this tunnel. Let me show you behind me. That's what I'm going through. That's cool, isn't it? There's a couple of these on the Pinchot Trail. There we go. There's a couple of these on the Pinchot Trail that you go through, and when they come through and maintain the trail, I'm glad to say they don't completely get rid of them. They just open them up so you can kind of stand up. There's times I come through this, but you gotta crouch this whole thing. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm gonna have a little bit of a forest road hike, but that rain's coming. No rain gear. I'm already, my watch is 3.4, but I did not start my tracker on time, so 3.6 we'll say. 3.6 for the day. That's pretty good. I'll get back out to the car, try to stay dry. The humidity has shot way up. I can feel it. Like, it's not a matter of if it's gonna rain. It's just a matter of when. And with all this, it's not, somebody asked on Instagram, and I forget, I'll put your name up on here. I'm in hiker brain right now, so things like that aren't working. But someone asked if it was clear, you know, how was the trails, was it overgrown, and were there a lot of ticks? This is probably the scruffiest section I've seen. It's the end of summer, so these spots that have the low brush are gonna grow in a little bit. But since the Keystone Trails Association has really started taking ownership of this trail, the trail maintenance has been perfect. It's been really nice. I mean, you can't do anything about mud. You can't do anything about rocks. There's some bridges that washed out. They can't do anything about that. Bridges and, you know, things like that require permits and all kinds of other things that, I mean, they're a volunteer organization. They generally don't deal with that unless the forest gives them the provisions to do so. All right, almost back out to Tannery Road, and then I can kind of beeline it back up to the other side. So I'm leaving the Pinchot Trail. I'm just kind of cutting directly across the southern half of the forest to get to the section the Pinchot Trail is on yesterday, which is nice. These are loops, like the North Loop and the South Loop are loops. The North Loop is a little wider at its widest point than the South Loop, but there's always ways where you can connect over and make things work the way you need them to work. Did they put in a new parking lot here? They did. Wow. This is brand spanking new. This used to be enough room for maybe 2 cars. Holy, there's another lot down there. There's a picnic table here. Look at this. You got enough room here for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 or 12 cars here, and maybe another 10 cars down there. What was I just saying? A little bit of care given to these trails. This just made the Choke Creek Loop much more accessible to people. If you just wanted to do the Choke Creek Loop, which you can backpack on, and it connects to the larger Pinchot Trail. Awesome. Exactly what I'm talking about. That was not planned. I had no idea they did that. The last time I came through here, a couple months, was it a month and a half ago, I came up this road. All right, so this is my life here for the next little bit, but it might allow me to beat that rain. I wonder if they're gonna do the same thing to this lot down here at the bottom stone tower. It looks like right back there you can kind of see right down there that work that was done right there. I believe that's the last culvert that they've fixed going this way for now, probably for the year. So I wonder if when they get down this way, they're gonna do the same thing to that lot. So I know this might seem a little counterintuitive for maybe doing a road hike, but technically, this used to be the Pinchot Trail. This is where it came out from Choke Creek Nature Trail. It used to come out and follow the road up here a little ways. I've been looking for some of the old brown bloodies to show you. but it's all pretty worn. It's been gone for, yeah, they routed that 5 years ago. So that brown blaze is pretty much disappeared, if those trees even still are here. But yeah, so this used to be the Pinchot Trail. So I'm just kind of completing part of the old loop. That's what I'll say I'm doing. There we go. See the brown blaze? So what they do when they, well, there's a blue blaze there too. When they reroute a trail, you can kind of see some orange in there. When they reroute a trail, they'll brown over the old blaze so it blends in more. But there's the old blue blaze. Now, I think a long time ago, blue was the color they used for trails like Pinchot. Here's just kind of a funny story. So directly behind me, in there, are the campsites that I was gonna hike past, and I was originally gonna come out up here. So back when me and my niece did this, I took her on her first backpacking hike. We were in a campsite which is really not that far back there. It's maybe 300 feet off the road. And we're down there, and there's a couple guys down here on the road with like a go-kart or something. And they just kept coming down, they like peel out and they turn around and go back. They come back and they peel out and they go back, and they like doing donuts on the road. And we're like, we don't want to deal with that. So they got down here and they stopped. And they were looking at something on the go-kart. And just by the way they were kind of talking and acting, you could tell they were not from the country. So I grabbed a couple pots. I stood down there and I banged them together. I was like, bang the pots together. You've never seen 4 guys take off faster in your life. They fixed that thing real quick. They just turned and looked, whoa, what is that? And they took off. Didn't see him again. All right, that's about a 1.5 mile road hike. I could continue taking this all the way out to where the car is, but I'm tired of being on the road. I'm gonna go this way. I don't even see the sign here anymore for the trail. The trail was known as McClintock's Gate, but it doesn't look like it's maintained anymore. Yeah, maybe. And I have successfully crossed the forest to get back over to the Pinchot Trail. This is where I came in yesterday. This also takes me right back to the parking lot. But I'd rather finish my hike on the trail instead of on the road. A little break for my feet. But that rain is close. That rain is close. Made it back dry. So, back to the car. Made it back dry. Aside from a little sweaty, the humidity is way up. That rain is close, and I'm surprised it hasn't hit me yet. Probably on my way home, because I think it's raining back in the house. Fun trip, 14 miles just about. With what I diverted yesterday. 7.5 yesterday, and like 6 and a little over a quarter today. So not bad. And even with the tent, I mean, that thing weighs like 6 pounds altogether. So it was a little heavier than them. I've been carrying in warm weather, but 45 was the low, and it was a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna head home and get some food and get washed up, and I'll see you in the next.